Here we will see allotropes of sulfur. Allotropes of sulfur. Sulfur can show various allotropic forms, but in that important allotropic forms are alpha and beta sulfurs. Some important allotropic forms: alpha sulfur and beta sulfur. This alpha sulfur will exist in the rhombic form, so hence it is also called rhombic sulfur. And beta sulfur exists in the monoclinic structure, and it is called monoclinic sulfur. Monoclinic sulfur and rhombic sulfur. And again, alpha sulfur, it will be present in the yellow form, so hence we can call alpha sulfur also yellow rhombic sulfur. Rhombic or yellow rhombic. So mainly two forms, alpha and beta. So these can exist one to other, and here alpha sulfur is more stable thermodynamically. Alpha sulfur is more stable. Thermodynamically, alpha sulfur is more stable than beta. More stable than beta sulfur. We can convert one to other, alpha sulfur to beta sulfur, and they can interconvert one to other at a temperature of 369 kelvins. Alpha sulfur can exist in beta sulfur form. That means rhombic sulfur can be converted into the monoclinic form at a temperature of 369 Kelvin. So if you take more than 369 Kelvin, it will be present in the beta sulfur form. If you take less than 369 Kelvin, mostly we can see alpha sulfur form. But at this particular temperature, at 369 Kelvin, both can exist at equilibrium. And this temperature we can say equilibrium temperature. Sorry, transition temperature. So at 369 Kelvin, both can exist in equilibrium. So this temperature we can say it is a transition temperature for alpha and beta sulfur, and this is called transition temperature. And this is important. What is the transition temperature for alpha and beta forms is 369 Kelvins. And here both alpha and beta sulfurs, they exist in SE8 rings. So we can take this alpha and beta forms of sulfur. And they are in crystalline in nature again. Crystalline in nature and possesses pucker ring structure or crown shaped structure. That is SE8 rings. It looks like a crown shape. Now we can see structure of this SE8 rings. This is the structure of SE8, a crown shape or puckered ring structure. And here the bond angle between sulfur, 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 and this is a bond angle. It is 107 degrees. And the bond length between essence bond length 204 picometers. In each sulfur it carries 2 lone pairs. It can undergo sp3 hybridization. So each sulfur sp3 hybridization means angular shape. Everywhere you can see the angular shape, that angle with 107 degrees. The structure of S8 also very important. It is a crown shape. Some other physical properties here. Both alpha and beta sulfurs, they are insoluble in water but soluble in carbon disulfide. So both are insoluble in water but soluble in carbon disulfide, some other non-polar solvent like benzene.
Sir, structure ఒకసారి knowledge అది fine.
Next, if you come to the preparation case, mainly sulfur can be prepared by using the Frasch process from the earth crust, and sulfur can be prepared or extracted from earth crust from the sulfide ores. By Frasch process. So mostly alpha sulfur will get it. Next, to get the beta form of the sulfur, and if you melt the alpha sulfur and just cool it, melting followed by cooling can give the beta sulfur. Beta form of sulfur is prepared by melting of rhombic sulfur followed by cooling. Then it can form needles type crystals followed by cooling. It will form a needle type crystals, and they are the beta form of the sulfurs. These are the two main allotropic forms of sulfurs. And apart from this, some other forms of sulfurs here. Plastic sulfur. And this plastic sulfur we can prepare by pouring boiling sulfur suddenly into the cool water through the quenching process. It is prepared or it is obtained by pouring boiling liquid of sulfur into cold water, prepared by pouring boiling liquid of sulfur into cold water. Suddenly, if you pour the boiling hot boiling liquid into the sudden cold water, then we can prepare plastic sulfur. That process we can call quenching process, decreasing of temperature, sudden decreasing in temperature. Quenching process. Why it is called plastic sulfur means the obtained compound will be present some plastic mass, and it is called plastic sulfur. It is a rubber-like mass. Why it is plastic? It is a rubber-like mass. It appears like a rubber. it appears it is a rubber like mass, hence it is called plastic sulfur, and this is amorphous form of the sulfur. First alpha beta is a crystalline form of the allotropes, but plastic sulfur is a amorphous form. This is also very important. It is a amorphous form of sulfur. But this plastic sulfur on long standing, again it converted into the more stable alpha sulfur only. Plastic sulfur on standing gradually changes into the rhombic sulfur. There is a most stable form of sulfur, thermodynamically more stable. And this is about plastic sulfur. So we have other type of sulfurs also, like colloidal sulfur. This is also one of the allotropic form of sulfur, but this colloidal sulfur can obtain just if you pass H2S, hydrogen sulfide, to the oxygen. So you can treat hydrogen sulfide with oxygen, it will form the colloidal sulfur. And this is a colloidal sulfur. And one more form of sulfur here, Angel's sulfur. These all are different allotropic forms. Angel's sulfur. And this we can prepare. It is made by treating sodium thiosulfate into the concentrated by concentrated HCl. It is made by pouring sodium thiosulfate, Na2S2O3, sodium thiosulfate solution into concentrated HCl, and the resultant sulfur can extracted with toluene, and extracting with organic solvent toluene. So this is a preparation of angel sulfur. Generally angel sulfur, it contains S6 cyclic form, cyclic ring form. It is cyclo S6 form. S6 is the more stable form of 6-member cyclic structure, is a chair conformation. So here S6 exists in the chair form. Angel sulfur can exist like this in the chair form. Sulfur and this is a chair conformation, and here the angle between sulfur 102.2 degrees, and the length between the two sulfur atom, bond length 205.7 picometers. So these are the parameters, bond angles and bond lengths. Again, each sulfur can undergo sp3 hybridization, tetrahedral angular shape with 2 lone pairs. So we have both S8 and S6. S8, both alpha and beta exist in S8 form, but this is exist in S6 form. So now one more important point of allotropic of sulfur, heating effect of sulfur. Heating effect of sulfur. If you take most stable form of alpha sulfur, that is a rhambic form. Initially we have. Generally at room temperature condition, sulfur exists in the rhombic form. This is a solid. And this rhombic sulfur, if we heat it, we know that the transition temperature is 369 kelvins. Means if we heat it more than 369 kelvins, then rhombic sulfur or alpha sulfur, alpha or rhombic sulfur can be converted into the beta sulfur and also same S8 ring with monoclinic. Beta or monoclinic sulfur we will get it. Again, still it will be present in the solid state only. Again, this is a solid, and this again the sulfur, solid sulfur. Further, if we heat it, the melting point of sulfur is approximately 120 degrees centigrade. If we heat it up to 120, then the solid will be converted into the liquid with S8 rings of liquid. You will get liquid sulfur at this temperature. Now, afterward, further if we increase the temperature, and that is more than 160 degrees centigrade, then what happens? The S8 rings will break here and they can undergo polymerization and they will form very viscous liquid. And due to the formation of polymerization, generally if we increase the temperature, viscosity of the compound should decrease, means the liquid viscosity should decrease. But in this case there is an exception, viscosity of the liquid will increase. Why? Because S8 rings will break and they will form polymerization, and that polymerization will give the more viscosity to the liquid. And in this case rings will break and polymerize at above 160 or approximately 180 to 100 degrees centigrade. So due to that, what happens here? This is very important point. Viscosity of liquid increases. Viscosity of liquid increases. Up to what? Just if you heat it 160 degrees to up to 200 degrees centigrade. This increment you can observe, but this viscosity increases up to temperature 200 degrees centigrade. And if you increase the temperature beyond 200, then the liquid further, the liquefaction further increases, then the viscosity of the liquid decreases further. Up to 160 to 200 only we can observe this kind of polymerization. Then if we increase further the temperature, the polymer chains will break at more than 200 degrees centigrade. Chain will break. If chain breaks, then automatically the viscosity of the liquid decreases. Chain breaks down and viscosity of the liquid decreases above 200 degrees centigrade. And this if we heat it further to greater than 600 degrees or up to 1800, 9000, but more than 600, then the now S8 rings will convert into the S2 rings. It will give the vapors. You will get sulfur vapors, and these vapors contains S2 molecules. So we are converting S8 to the S2 molecules. And the magnetic nature of S2 molecule is paramagnetic in nature. It is paramagnetic, almost similar to the oxygen. We know that a dioxygen, the magnetic behavior is paramagnetic due to the presence of two unpaired electrons in the pi star orbital. Same in case of S2 also, due to the presence of two unpaired electrons, it shows a paramagnetic behavior. And this point is very, very important. S2 molecule shows a paramagnetic behavior like oxygen O2.